What's up, Simonics? Welcome to day number 4 of the Ionic holiday calendar. Today we will talk about Visual Studio Code. So you should have seen in my videos that I use Visual Studio Code, and I recommend it for everyone using Angular and TypeScript or basically a lot of other languages as well. So a lot of questions were about my themes, my extensions, so today I will share all of this with you. Inside of Visual Studio Code, you can actually switch between the Explorer and the extensions by typing Command-Shift-E for Explorer or X for extensions, and then you can search the marketplace. So in here, I got quite a few extensions. I'm not sure if I use all of them or if all of them are needed, but let's take a look at a few important things. So the first one that comes up in my list is the Angular language service. This package allows us, if we have defined variables or functions in our TypeScript file, to get code completion in our view. So if I type, you see I get actually the variables that we had or the functionalities. So this is really handy to get this kind of code completion in the view, which we normally don't really have. I don't know if there's anything else in here, but this is already pretty awesome. Second one on the list is Angular snippets. If you enjoy to have snippets and are working with Angular, then you definitely need this package from John Papa. He's like the godfather of basically a lot of things around Angular. You can get started to use these snippets by typing A, and then you see a list of things that you could use. So if you're not sure about the syntax for an ng4, you just type it and then you see how to track by whatever. But there are also a lot of other things if you change to the TypeScript file. So if you want to get like an HTTP client, whatever, let's see, HTTP service client, and then you get a full implementation of this code right here that you could use in your service. I know the Angular CLI or Ionic creates a lot of this upfront as well, but now we already got the HTTP client injected, so this is really handy as well. Another thing that I'm not using enough at this point is the Angular 2 switcher. So with the Angular 2 switcher, you can basically switch between your TypeScript, HTML, and CSS files by typing Command-Shift, I think it is IO, come on, or yeah, it's Alt or Option on the Mac and Shift. So, and then you can switch between all of the 4 files, so the TypeScript, the CSS, the HTML, and the testing file of a class right from your keyboard. I need to incorporate this really in my flow because I'm switching between them quite often. So the Angular 2 switcher, definitely a package to check out. Now we come to the themes. Actually, currently don't have the Atom 1 Light theme applied. I had the Atom 1 Dark, but it seems like another package, the 1 Dark Pro, has exactly the same. So this is now my theme. So 1 Dark Pro. In terms of the icons, I actually use Visual Studio Code icons. I'm not sure if this is even included by default. So just the default icons. All right. Then a few smaller things that are really helpful. So for example, the auto close tag. If I have applied or installed this extension, I can just type ion item and close it, and I automatically get the closing item of this. So whatever I type, I will automatically get this closing item, and this is really helpful and saves time. And also basically in the same domain is the auto rename tag. So sometimes I want to rename something, I have a typo, and then you would have to change it in 2 places. But with this package installed, I can just go ahead and call this one an ion card, and it will also change the name right here. So these are really 2 small things, but they can speed up your development flow definitely. So then auto import, I'm not sure in how far the IntelliSense in Visual Studio Code works. I have this auto import package installed, and I got some IntelliSense or Path stuff installed, which I'm not sure that you really need this anymore. I think it's included by default. I have Beautify installed for optimizing my pages. So I think I've set it as the default when I now click on Format Document, or if I mess up anything here and there, I just click Format Document and everything is Beauty once again. So Beautify is my package. I tried to use something like a browser preview in my editor, which you can enable by choosing browser preview right here, but I still enjoy using just the Chrome debugging, so I'm not using this very often. Another thing, there's just a small thing, is console-snippets. If you get installed this package, you just go ahead and type CL and press enter, and then you get console log. So I don't know how many times a day I type console log, and this package really saves me, again, a few seconds here and there. Okay, most of the other things here are really just optional. Okay, Ionic 4 snippets is actually a thing that I really use a lot of times, and this one helps to, let's say you want to have the back button with the default behavior, you just type I buttons, you can see the preview in here, you select it, and boom, there you go, the complete implementation right there. This comes with a lot of things like a list, for example, with a few things already included. Or if you're not sure about the card syntax, you can go with the full card, iron card, header, subtitle, title, content, everything is included. So this is really one of my favorite extensions that I have. So then we get JS hint, markdown lint, npm. As I said, not sure if we still need this. My theme, not sure about this one, but I think it's automatically installed. For other languages, of course, install the packages that you need, and that's already it. So if I missed a plugin, you can also take a look at the great blog post on the Ionic blog some time ago with 10 awesome Visual Studio Code extensions. Just look it up on their blog. And otherwise, let me know if I missed an important extension that you are using on a daily basis, then please leave it below with a link and then I will include it. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Tomorrow is vlog time, so we will see us tomorrow in the vlog and afterwards for another Ionic holiday calendar special.